They say there is a fine line between genius and madness. That's what we discover in David Auburn's stage play, Proof, presented by the Windsor Theatre Festival with Wild Theatre Project.
What?
Give me your backpack.
Why?
I want to look inside it.
What?
Open it and give it to me.
Oh, come on!
You're not taking anything out of this house.
The play itself really, it's all about relationships, and as generic as that sounds, you know, there's sister-sister relationships, there's father-daughter relationships. It's about a really famous mathematician who started to go crazy, and his daughter is now on the eve of her 25th birthday. She fears that she may be like him.
Okay.
And there is some question as to who wrote this proof. Was it dad? Was it daughter?
What?
Open it and give it to me.
Oh, come on!
You're not taking anything out of this house.
I wouldn't do that!
You think there's something upstairs you can publish?
Sure.
And you can write your own ticket?
What? No, it would be under your dad's name. It would be for your dad.
I don't believe you.
There's a lot going on for Catherine in that she fears that, like her father, she may be going crazy. So that sort of permeates the play for Catherine. She's an incredibly insecure person, an incredibly intelligent person. She is slightly volatile, impulsive, and very passionate.
I mean, you don't have something in your backpack.
You just said yourself there's nothing up there. Didn't you? Didn't you say that?
Yes.
Hal's a grad student who's now teaching at a university in the math department. He was a protege or you know, maybe favorite-ish student of Robert's, who's the real math professor. And Hal's come over to the house to go through some papers, and he's got a connection to Robert, his mentor's daughter, Catherine.
I want to act, so I want to live here and act professionally, so that would be ideal for me. And also I think that it's important that Windsor see the quality of work that is being done in other cities, because of course Windsor's the only city of its population that hasn't housed a professional theater, an equity standard professional theater, I should say. And I think that's sad, because I think we have a school of dramatic art that is fantastic, that I trained at, that other cast members trained at, some of them teach at the School of Dramatic Art, and so it's a fabulous program, and it's a shame that people have to leave after training. It would be nice to be able to give them something to do in the city.
Please! Someone should know for sure!
I lived with him! I spent my life with him!
Proof continues until May 10th at the University of Windsor Studio Theatre in the Dramatic Arts Department. Call 519-253-3000, extension 2808 for tickets.
There's lots happening in Windsor, Essex. Country music's female vocalist Sarah Evans will be performing at Caesar Windsor on May the 8th. The Teen Forest Glammy's red carpet event, performances by local musical performers and dancers. Come out and support Windsor's great local talent. May the 8th at the Old Walkerville Theatre. The Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation is hosting a Mother's Day Gala featuring musical entertainer Soul Shakers on May the 9th at the Caboto Club. Point Pelee National Park hosts the Festival of Birds from May 2nd to the 17th. Windsor's Community Museum presents Robots Among Us, featuring the robots of Daryl Dupuy. You can catch this event Tuesday through Sunday until the end of August. Well, that's it for Around Town. Please check out www.EntertainmentWindsor.ca for the Around Town calendar.
Theatre Windsor has been gearing up for their 6th show of the season, the stage version based on that well-loved film, The Sting. 3 of our EW crew, Veronica Mancini, Lisa Mountier, and John Reel, are starring in this production. I got a VIP backstage pass and exclusive coverage.
My oldest friend. Take a good look at him, Floyd. Because if he ever finds out that we can be beat by one lousy grifter, I'll have to kill him and every other hood who'd like to take over my operation. Understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm on the set today of The Sting. It's the latest production by Theatre Windsor. Today I have with me the director, Sue Cousins.
Hi, sir.
Sue, tell me a little bit about the show.
Very complicated set. Right now we have, we're just finishing up construction. We have many scenes. There's actually 42 scenes in the whole play. The first act, I believe, has like 9 different locations. So it's a very turning, flipping, platform turning, walls opening set. Where we're sitting right here is actually in the present, and this takes place in an apartment on Park Avenue in the 70s. And that's the only time you'll see this setup. This belongs to Mrs. Vanderkeef, who's doing an interview for a book, and she's telling the story of the greatest con ever told.
Do that. Well, later that night, Hooker went back to his greasy spoon near his room.
The Greasy Spoon?
It's a place to eat, which ain't the Ritz.
Changing the furniture and changing the light is going to help us, hopefully, and the audience's imagination, help us bring the story to life. It's hard to do all of these locations in such a small area, so we're doing the best we can without confusing people.
Hey, nice work today, Erie. That guy turned out to be a real oil well. Which way did he go?
Due north. He was going to take it all.
Now that lowlife, he can blow his nose all the way. Well, here you go, Luther. 6 G's.
Finding retro phones is very difficult and expensive, and being as we're dealing with such a light budget sometimes, it was really hard to do. Luckily we had a few members come in that had, okay, not necessarily this one type, but they did have phones of the 30s, which made it a little easier for us. Props, you know, getting the proper bottles and costumes, that was our biggest, I think, hurdle to come over.
Oh, you smeared me.
Ah! Yeah?
Ranger, this is Combs. Why haven't we heard from you? Everybody else is in.
We had a few problems with the law this morning.
So I'm now going to take you back behind the stage to show you that backstage tour that I promised. So let's go back and see what we can find out what's going on. Let's see what's happening here. We have some victims here. Oh, look who it is. It happens to be the EW crew. Wow, you happen to be all here together. That's amazing. So,
hey, Sean.
Costumes look good. How are you?
I'm fine. We're getting our hair done here, and nice surprise. Hi.
I want to see if we can find some, let's see, some gentlemen back here. Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hi, how are you doing? What are you playing in this show, Rob?
I am J.J. Singleton, and I am the guy that calls the races.
Okay. So, how do you enjoy playing this character?
Oh, it's a great character. Great character.
Well, look who I found. I was fortunate to find one of the lead actors in this production. I have with me Mr. Tim Bass. Tim, tell me who you're playing in this show.
I'm playing Johnny Hooker. He's the main character in the show. He's the grifter, and he's the one that goes and seeks out the help of Henry Gondorf. Robert Redford played my role, so people see me, they'll have to use their imagination a little, I guess.
So how has it been now playing, you know, because Robert Redford, and of course, and Paul Newman are considered sex symbols. Do you relate with them in any regards that way?
Absolutely not. No, it's been kind of a switch for me, so it's been interesting, but it's been a lot of fun.
The Sting is in its second weekend with shows running May 7th to the 10th. If you want to catch this great show, tickets are available by calling 519-944-1968.
Well, that's it for our premiere webcast. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you especially at Cafe Morena.
And thank you so much for all your support and encouragement. Now on the next webisode, we'll take you to Windsor Light Music Theater's The Producers.
We go behind the scenes to the University of Windsor student film Moonlight Sonata, where one of its stars is my own co-host, Sean Ireland.
You'll really like this film, Veronica. I get eaten by werewolves in it.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
We'll take you to the Windsor Community Museum to see the exhibit Robots Among Us.
And we'll have highlights from our premiere party at Cafe Morena. Thank you so much for watching again.
We'll see you next time on EWTV.